Hi guys, this is Michael Wong, bringing Eastern philosophy to modern culture. Today I wanted to share with you how in Chinese medicine we deal with conditions of the lung, conditions of common cold or common flu, and we deal with the symptoms with that. So let's get straight into it. I have a couple of tools which I recommend everybody to have. I have a set of the silicone cups, which we sell off our website, which you can jump onto healthspringtcm.com.au/cups. You can see these are silicone cups. You can buy glass cups, you can buy plastic cups with a plunger that sort of sucks out the air. The most important aspect is, of course, the sucking mechanism. Traditionally, we use a fire to burn the oxygen inside, which creates a vacuum, but I find that silicone cups are really, really great. They're indestructible. You can drop them, kids can play with them, and you can take them traveling or keep them at home, keep them in your bag. They're really, really handy. I sit at the office desk with cups on my shoulders and all over my body. Anyway, the next piece of equipment is a ceramic soup spoon, so a Chinese soup spoon. You can use a coin, you can use anything with a little bit of a rounded lip. And the point is that you want a slightly softer rounded lip. Now this is for scraping or guasa. And you need some sort of a lubricant. You can use tiger balm or any other sort of muscular ointment, like deep heat cream or anything that gives you enough sort of lubricant to last a few minutes, especially when doing the spooning. Or you can just use traditional olive oil, which I'll use today to show you how easy it is to use olive oil. So the first thing is to understand the lung meridian. So we said that the lung meridian is responsible for the defensive mechanism of the body. It actually prevents external pathogens, such as bacteria or virus infections, or what Chinese medicine refers to as external evil qi, to invade the body. And the way that we help build up the lung meridian is first tracing the lung meridian. It starts in the chest where the lungs are. It starts right on this point here and comes out down the side of the arm, along here all the way to the tip of the thumb. Now, you can often see people with a little bit of a blocked lung condition. You can see that it can come up quite blue here if you start massaging or just pressing across here. You can see mine's a little bit blocked, a little bit blue, so you can see the circulation's slightly stopped. So what we can do is get your spoon, hold it on the angle. Now if you need to learn how to guasa, contact me. I'm happy to run a tutorial on that separately. Start just underneath the collarbone. So you're going to be coming from the middle of the sternum right out to the shoulder tip and just pushing along using the back of your thumb to give you a few different angles so you can see which I'm doing all along here. Now I'm pretty sweaty. I'm here in a hot, humid bathroom, so I'm producing a lot of sweat, but what you can do, and I've already applied some deep heat cream to myself. Just use a little bit of olive oil just to get that lubricant so it lasts a while. I've just got about a 10-cent piece there. Just gonna rub it on my chest. Grab the spoon and push it out. And you can see after a few minutes, what's that, about 10 strokes, that's already quite red. So you can see that's what we call the saha, which is like the blocked energy is all coming up. So I'm gonna do this a few extra times. Now typically this is quite painful and I'm using like a medium pressure. You can see how much pressure I'm using. So you can see the depression on my skin there. That's how much pressure I'm using. I don't know if you can hear it, but it goes crunch, 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 crunch. So I'm doing it across the top of the pecs here. I'm also going to go across the bottom here just to really open up that lung meridian. Get that qi flowing, get any blockage out of those lungs. Now you can see on the shoulder tip here, I'm going to go right across the shoulder tip. So right across that AC joint. Now bear in mind, I do have extra darkening here because I did break my clavicle about 10 months ago, so there is still some residual internal bruising there. I'm going to go across the back, this is the center line of the shoulder, and I'm drooping sweat. It's hot, I've got deep heat, plus it's humid in this bathroom. I'm going to go right down to where the deltoid joins in here. So you can see that nice line of redness. Just bringing up the circulation, clearing any blockages. Now I'm going to go across the back of the shoulder here. To do that, I'm just going to hug myself. Just supporting myself. This is how I treat myself all the time. Every time I get sick, this is how I treat myself. Now I'm going to go down the back of the neck, following the trap, down to the shoulder tip. So I'm going to start in the back of the neck. And you can see this is pushing, this is how much the circulation is pushing. You can see how much I'm sweating already. The circulation is just moving. So I'm starting in the back of the neck, coming down all the way, opening up the trapezius, getting all that gallbladder fire out, the gallbladder point up the top here, gallbladder point at the back of the neck here. Great for headaches, stiff neck, stiff shoulders. I'm only going to do one side just so we can be a bit faster. And the next point to try and hit is in the middle of the scapula. Now this is quite a tricky to hit by yourself. And you can see I'm supporting my own elbow to just get that little bit of an extra reach. Scraping there. Yep. Now, if you can, it's always good to have a partner who can help you go up and down the side of the spine. So if the spine is here, you want to go both sides of the spine. So you just go all the way down the whole way of the spine. Now, half a minute reset by myself, and I can show you on the side here. If you're super flexible, you'll be able to reach up to the top. Can you see that? Yep. Then I can reach down from the top here, get a little bit on the top. Now this is important up at the top here because we've got the lung points up here. The back points for the lung. So we're going to start up on the sides and go work your way down a little bit. And I am sweating. You see how that's come up? Yep. Now these lines will probably last, depending on the environment you're in and your circulation, they usually last between 3 and 7 days. Yeah? So, I mean, hopefully you haven't got anywhere to go where you need to be showing some skin. Otherwise people will question you. I always tell the funny story, when I was a little kid, I got pulled out of a swimming pool because people thought I had an infectious disease with all of the red marks. Now, the next part is this outside here. You can feel the bottom of your rib cage. This is the bottom of the rib cage. We're just going to guasa across the bottom of the rib cage out to the sides here, okay? So just taking a spoon, digging in across the bottom of the rib cage there. Clearing out the liver heat, getting the kidneys moving, relaxing that lower back. Yep. You can see how that's kind of nice and red. Now you can also just finish off by going a little bit lighter down the spine itself. Just to draw that heat out of the governing vessel, the dual meridian. Coming right down. Alright, so that is half of my front and back done. Now, if you're coughing a lot, we'll do the pinching technique right here on the elbow crease, just outside of the middle, the cubital fossa. I think that's what it's called from memory. Where that little dip is, just on the outside of that, you can pinch here. Pinch, 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 and I'm just using that grasping technique with the 2 flats of my first 2 fingers, pinching that. You can see I'm dripping sweat, it is really hot. The next part is right here on the wrist. Drawing that heat out of the pericardium meridian, the protector of the heart. As you can see, that's turned a little bit red. I'm not going too full on there. You can see this one on the lungs, I'm clearing out. And then right on the side of the thumb. So if you lift up your thumb a little bit, you'll see that these 2 tendons are coming up towards the forearm. Just above these 2 tendons on the tip of the wrist bone. You can feel that tip there. There's a bit of a flatness. Okay, we'll just pinch there. You can see that, that's coming up a little bit nice and pinky ready. So it's always nice to know what the colors mean. The purpley kind of color represents stagnation, so something was blocked up inside. Bright red means a lot of heat, internal heat is trapped there. So right now I'm expecting more purpley stagnation because of the residual injury from up here. Plus also, we haven't been doing that much exercise the past couple of days, been sort of more indoors and not doing that much. Okay, that is the spooning, the guasa out of the way. Next up is cupping. So we're going to get the cups, first of all on the front here. Take out the heat and the blockage from the front of the shoulder. Next, on the top of the trap, right up here. Again, great for headaches here. Great for any type of tension up on the top of the back. Of course, relieving shoulder pain. And then you want to remember, squeeze first, place the surface flat on your shoulder, and then release, and it has a nice suction. If it's not round, you just help it to become a bit round. Hold it these there. Now remember, cupping, always check after 5 minutes, check it. After 8 minutes, check it. The longer you leave it, the higher chance that you have for having a blister under the skin because it is constantly pulling it up. After 5 to 8 minutes, you can see all that was like, what, 30 seconds? It's already come up a little bit of a mark. I'll move it to the same point where I did the glass eye before, right in the middle. I'm going to put this one on the top part of the back, this part here. So if you bend your neck forwards a little bit, you'll probably feel that there is one vertebra which sticks out more. You want to center your cup over that. Remember, squeeze, release, circle, that's it. Now this one is really important. This takes out the heat out of all of the yang meridians in the body. So really important right now if you want to try and reduce any type of heat build up in the body, especially if you're looking at cases for coughing or pneumonia type of symptoms. You want to try and reduce the heat and reduce the phlegm and reduce the dampness, residual dampness in the body. Now you can see a little bit of fat retention is actually an accumulation of dampness in the body as well. So we can always cut on the sides of the stomach. Here, these 2 points, just on the outsides of the stomach, also in the middle up here and down below. And if you've got stomach pain as well, you can also cut on the umbilicus, but only for a short period of time because you can easily blister that. That's how you get the circulation moving around the stomach as well, to try and move that dampness. Very good for diarrhea, even for period pain. You can add it into the lower back as well. Now today I've actually got a bit of a stiff lower back. I'm sitting at the computer for too long, so I'm going to squeeze both cups, place them here, center on the lower back, circle them out, and I am going to continue work at the computer like that. So there you go, we've covered quite a few different little symptoms. The primary case being to clear out the lung qi, clear out any internal blocking, move the circulation, aim to reduce some dampness, get everything flowing. I feel good. This is Michael 1. Hope that helps.